No notes from me today. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull like a dear diary. Dear diary, Spud. I started keeping a diary when I was in grade 9. Very gay, I know, very gay. Um, but I've been reading since I was a kid, and I think it got to a point where I just wanted to start sharing my thoughts. It so happened that I started keeping a diary because I wanted to join the Northern KwaZulu Natal Youth Choir, and I was just documenting the process through them. I also, for the first time, had like a huge crush on this chick who was at like some private school in Newcastle. So I used to write about her a lot in my diary. I'd make the Northern Natal Youth Choir. I'd keep a diary every year, and then when I got to varsity, I kind of like stepped it up. And my diary would, if you ever grew up with like Afrikaans girls love this creative stuff. The glitter and the different colored pens and the different colored cardboard things and the arts and crafts. I mean, if you watch Cake Net a lot, they love the arts and crafts, and they grow up becoming like, when you meet like Afrikaans tannies and the grandmothers, the omas, the arts and crafts don't leave, like they are just the way they are. So my diaries to be like that. They'd have like drawings and pamphlets stuck in, and I don't know if at some point I had like different people write in my diaries. Very gay, very feminine. But it made me happy, and I guess it was my gateway drug into writing books. I've written 13 books to date. I really think I've let myself down. I should probably have like 100 at least now. But I know a big part of the distraction is, number one, I don't read as much anymore because of social media. Number two, most of my writing and my ideas now end up on Twitter, Facebook as like think pieces. So that kind of like stole my time, energy, and my creativity to actually write books. I'd have so many right now. And I'm sure if you were to put together all my tweets, all my Facebook posts, yeah, I'd probably have written like 300 books by now. It's insane. And I think I wrote a tweet, something to that effect a few years ago, saying, if you can write, I don't know how many, let's say like 100 tweets, you can write a book. If you can shoot 100 TikTok videos, you can make a movie or a short film. We're creative, man. We take photos, we take videos, but unfortunately it serves social media. And sadly, most people are not lucky like me in that they don't get paid by social media. And it's one of the things that we really need to try and innovate around, specifically as South Africans and Africans, I guess. Something we must. So yeah, anyways, sorry for the deviation, but yeah, so I graduated from writing books and diaries to Dear Diary, vlogging, video blogging, and sharing my thoughts and my views here on camera for the world to see and consume. Next week, Saturday and Sunday, the 13th and 14th of September, I'm not sure of, I think it's Saturday and Sunday. It should be Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be at a Success Resources event in Johannesburg. If you know Sandton, you should know Marlborough. Marlborough is like a suburb under Sandton. And there's a Marlborough Gautrain station. The event will be at the Focus Rooms, about 4 kilometers from the Marlborough Gautrain station. So it's within reach from the Gautrain station and within reach from Sandton. Cashflow Revolution. I've attended these events before, and I criticize some of the speakers that come there because a lot of them come there to like sell stuff, even though they share a lot of education and information. But man, some of the speakers will literally change your life. And you'll know if you watch my video last week, which is like an ode to Robert Kiyosaki, that a big way in how I view the world, a big way in how I view money, a lot of my life decisions have been impacted by reading books and going to some of these seminars. So I really hope I'll bump into a lot of you guys there. And if you're interested, I'll drop a link in the description and in the comments. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there to listen. Probably a lot of the stuff I will already know. A lot of stuff is going to be maybe emphasized and highlighted. And if there's any changes to global finance, I'm going to learn there. Crypto and the likes. I know people speak about Bitcoin. Fewer people speak about Ethereum, but they speak about Ethereum. They'd be the Dogecoin, Elon Musk. I'm hearing things about XRP as a utility coin. So it's functional, and it might replace Swift. And I saw now Trump and them are trying to play around with Swift and sending EFTs around the world, which is a mess. When I visited Russia a few years ago, I learned that they don't have like Visa. They have their own like payment system. These are things we take for granted, but these businesses make so much money. So much money. So XRP becomes that. So if ever they're going to be discussing crypto, I'm probably going to be learning new things because I've got very limited knowledge around cryptocurrencies. Great Chabes is still like the Bitcoin guy to me, at least. And yeah. So I go there for that. But more than anything, I guess I go there now that I've got like a profile and I'm like a mini celebrity. I'm going to be hopefully meeting like some of my people that watch my content. Yo, Black Pen, such a fan of your work. Keep doing what you do. No, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So that's always cool. It's great validation for my work. And it's also always great to meet up with your supporters. The times that I've met celebrities that are like musicians, sports stars, actors, even celebrity business people, that personal touch goes a long way, because the next time you hear people speaking about them, the next time you see them do something, whether it's scandalous or great, hey, I've met this person and I've now got like a personal connection. So I know how impactful that can be for people. So I'm planning to be there also just to be there for people that support my work. And I'm also there selfishly to network. It's one of the things I said in my Kiyosaki video. If for nothing else, you pay that, I think it's 400 Rand a ticket currently. I think if there's two of you, it's 600 Rand, 599. So 400 one person, 600 for two people. You go there to say, listen, I've now paid 400 bucks, which I didn't have, which I had to like borrow, which I had to hustle. But I'm going to take this 400 Rand and I'm going to fucking go in there and I'm going to go and meet someone who's going to make me 400 times 100 or 400 times 1,000. I'm going to meet someone there who's going to at least allow me to get my money back, because there's something that I'm selling or there's something that they're selling that I'm going to help promote. I'm going to meet the people that are doing crypto, Forex, people that are authors of business books, people that are into property development, property management, people that run retail stores, people that sell hair, people that run catering businesses, people that have a tech business, people that are in tenders, people that are in construction. I'm going to meet someone there who's going to help me make my money back at the very least. And they're going to become a business network. Having attended a lot of these seminars, so there's Durban next weekend that I'm going to attend, and then I'm going to fly down to Durban. That's Joburg next weekend. Then I'm going to fly down to Durban 2021 September at the Spire Casino and Hotels. It's about, what's the distance? Just above 10 kilometers away from King Shaka Airport. So if you're not from Durban and you're flying in, it's about 10 kilometers from the airport, but it's under Umhlanga. So if you're in Durban, KZN, you'll know Umhlanga, Durban. It's Aspire. So I'm going to be there. Robert Kiyosaki is going to be in Durban. So I'd like to see him again. You know, Kehla's getting old, even though like his life's work has had a huge impact globally. And there's going to be a whole lot of other speakers there as well. And then also Durban. Durban normally gives me a lot of love. I have a lot of supporters in Durban. I love bumping into people in Durban, and I'm going to be networking there as well. But I want to speak about networking. Not that I made this video for networking. This is me just dear diary and sharing stuff with you guys. When I look at some of the entrepreneurs that I've met, some of the networks I've met, some of the people that have had a huge impact in my life, I can literally connect them to so many of these business conferences, networking sessions. And you may think it's a small thing, but honestly, man, if you didn't go to like Michael House in Balgowan, if you didn't go to Hilton College, these are like the two most expensive schools in the country. if you didn't go to St. Stithian's College in Joburg by Bryanston Randburg, if you didn't go to St. John's College in Houghton, if you didn't go to Rodin, sister schools to St. John's, if you didn't go to St. Mary's in Linksfield, I think it's in Linksfield, if you didn't go to Bishops in Cape Town, Diocesan, if you didn't go to DSG, Diocesan School for Girls in Grahamstown, in Makanda, if you didn't go to St. Andrew's College in Grahamstown, if you didn't go to Penryn College in Nelspruit, Mbombela, which other private schools are there? Whatever school you can think of, man. St. Anne's, Wickham Collegiate. Or if you didn't go to one of like the premium public schools, your Pretoria Boys High, your Glenwood Boys, your Westville Girls, Westville Boys, Westerford. If you didn't go to Grey High, Collegiate, Clarendon. If you didn't go to Cares, if you didn't go to Rustenburg Girls, if you don't go to Podge Boys, Maritzburg College, all these premier schools, Grey College, Unisi, St. Andrews in Bloemfontein, if you didn't go to these schools where they've got like a decent networking pool, if you didn't go to UCT, if you didn't go to WITS, if you didn't go to now UJ, Tux, these varsities where you can join a res, you can join like a sports club and you network such that when you start looking for a job, you wear your old boy's tie, or you're part of this old girls network, or you're like, I met this person at UCT or at Rhodes or at NMMU, so that's my network. In the absence of all of that, just an ordinary person that doesn't have like a deep network, you go to these things because that's where you're going to build your network. But to be honest, even if you went to these prestigious institutions, you can always expand your network in other ways. You will meet hustlers and entrepreneurs there, like hardcore. DJ Sbu would become like one of the most famous hustlers in South Africa. More Fire, Ekasi Noble Properties, Massive Metro, friends like these, YFM, Metro FM, Mukozi FM, TS Records, the Hustlers Corner podcast now. That's DJ Sbu. He's on Radio 2000. Like, DJ Sbu didn't go to a prestigious school, prestigious tertiary institution, but he networked and he still does. You look at Likao Sihowana of Drip. I think you say Ivory Park, Tembisa, Theo Baloyi. Some of the biggest entrepreneurs that we have today didn't go to prestigious schools, but they networked. And even if you went to like a prestigious institution, you are a tax advisor, you are an accountant, whatever business, the money that you're trying to make, the investment you're trying to get, the contract you're trying to sign, it's literally on the other side of a human being. Like once you understand that like my destiny lies in another human being, you start seeing humans in another way. They become these amazing commodities because the person you meet, regardless of who they are, is related to someone or has access to someone or knows someone in procurement in a certain company. And they will get you the contract that will change your life. They will get you the contract at Bidvest. They will get you the job opportunity at ABSA. They will get you the 500,000 funding. And it's all because you took time out to meet people. But where do you meet them? Where do we go? Like church, where do I start? At a business seminar, at a conference, at this Cashflow Revolution event, you're literally going where people are like, we are here to make money. We're not here to praise and worship. We're not here to praise the Lord. We're not here to discuss our children's education. We're not here to watch rugby or soccer. By the way, shout out to the South African national women's rugby team. They just qualified to the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken. They beat Italy. So shout out to Nadia Ruas and all the girls. Shout out to, I think is it Sois the Brain, if I'm not mistaken, the coach. Shout out to the women's team. They made history and we're watching them and we're supporting them. So shout out to the women's rugby team. But if you're not coming to like an event because you're discussing something arbitrary, you're going to an event to be like, we're here to talk money. I'm here to be like, I make this much. How much do you make? Where can we collaborate? Pen, you're here. I want to come on your platform to market my business. Pen, I want to introduce you to this product. Pen, I run this tech. Pen, I know these people that you could work with. How do we make money together? It's literally that. And for corporate people, some of them network because they're going to meet people that get them into their next gig. I know a lot of corporate people in Joburg attend JP Morgan. It's a race. But they go there, well, outside of drinking and de-stressing, they also go there to network because you work at F&B, but there's people from Investec there. And if you make a good impression on them, again, the opportunity you're looking for is on the other side of a human being. Those ladies, those gents at Investec, at RMB, at some trading house, at BNP Paribas, at, I don't know, man, NetBank, they there at JP Morgan. You're there putting your best foot forward. Yo, hi, I'm Penwell. I work at African Bank. I work in the credit department. You know, what are you guys up to? So you guys got hammered in your financials. Chat. What are you into? I watch rugby. Fuck. We're watching a game on, and you build a relationship, a real relationship, and you grow. I've used, this was like intentional and very unintentional. I've used almost every platform I've been at to network. I went to visit Hong Kong and Shenzhen a couple of years ago, maybe 2015. Well, not a couple now, like a decade ago. I went to go and visit a mate, Sherman Lamb. Sherman Lamb manufactures hardware in Shenzhen, and he exports them around the world. He makes millions of dollars every year making phone parts. Sherman Lamb, a Chinese national. I went to his factory in Shenzhen. Shenzhen is the hardware capital of the world. If Silicon Valley in San Francisco in America is like the software capital, your Facebook, your Googles, your Meta and the likes, Shenzhen is like the hardware aspect. They do like the components. So he was there. He invited me in, picked me up in his Aston Martin at the Hong Kong International Airport. And he took me to his place and he hosted me. And he literally, bro, he paid for me to stay at the Sheraton Hotel. Like top living. Sherman Lamb and I were in grade 3 together. Like it was standard 1 at the time. This was the first year that they'd allow black kids and white kids to go to school together. So where I was meant to do my grade 3 at Chelmsford Primary, which is a colored neighborhood, a colored school in Newcastle, in Fairley. My mom took me to Newcastle Junior Primary. I started at Arbor Park Primary, but they were still segregating classes. There was a black class and a white class. My mom fought for me to get into the white class, so I was there with a mixed-race girl, Michelle Green Thompson, who's still a contact today. But I didn't go to Newcastle Junior Primary, Busy Bee, in Newcastle. And I'd meet many people. Clinton Rotenbach is one of them. Clinton would go on to Michael House. He'd go to live in Australia. I'd bump into him years later. His dad, I think, was an engineer. They were pretty well off. But I'd meet Sherman Lamb in class. Sherman and I would compete because we used to do these maths workbooks. And we went through them like we were the fastest and like the best maths kids in the class. So we became mates like that. Years later, Sherman would see me on social media. He'd hear about the work I do. And this was before I even became like a podcaster that people know. And he invited me over. I paid for my own flight to go to China, but he hosted me. That's like networking in grade 3. But you don't know this in grade 3. You only realize like much later. Go to Newcastle Senior Primary and you look at some of the friends I made there. My best friend in grade 6, grade 7, Blessing Vilagazi, Sboniso. Blessing would go and study metallurgical engineering at WITS. He'd go and study, I think, his master's in Japan. And then he'd come back to South Africa and he'd become a big deal at Transnet. Blessing and I used to do cross-country together. We used to play rugby together. We made Northern Natal rugby together. In high school, we were close mates. I think Blessing should have been like head boy of sports, but he was snubbed by the school. The school still had like some racial undertones. And the principal, Mr. Titoy, for me was like, he's one of the people that I really despised in my life because of his racism, even for like good black kids like myself. So Blessing became a mate. We used to do athletics together. We used to hang out together. He's a network from primary school. Can you imagine? High school. Tutugo Madlala. who's now an accountant. He went to Wits as well. Simpiwe Dlamini. People like Jacques Prinsloo, who became my head boy. The networking in the choir, in school and in rugby. I would make Northern Natal rugby. Just recently, I bumped into Johan Erasmus. So Johan Erasmus was first team rugby captain at Fareham High, our derby school in Newcastle. And I think he may have been captain at Hutton Park High. If he wasn't at, no, I think he might have been at Drakensberg. I think, I'm not sure. Either Hutton Park or Drakensberg. He's now a pastor in Pretoria. But I played Northern Natal rugby with him at under 13 level. I played Natal rugby with him at under 16 level. He runs an organization now called the Beter Einders. So it's a play on words, it's a pun for Beter Einders, which is these Afrikaners who are like, whatever it takes, we will fight till the very end for Afrikaner culture and nationalism. So the play on words is Beter Einders, like a better end. He's a pastor, he believes in collaboration amongst races. I bumped into him at AMP Studios. Hey, Johan, hoe gaan het? Pen, it's been a while, and we had lekker chats. You network, you get to varsity. Now, in varsity becomes another game, because those are like the creme de la creme academic. Kyle Tunodata, last I checked, he was at Old Mutual in Cape Town. Ayasanga Besman, who became a manager at ABSA. Tumelo Muletsane, who would be part of a trading house at a time. I think it was bought by BNP Paribas. Atenkosi, Peter, Sopumlango, worked at St. John's. I think he's at JP Boys now. Then you go to UJ, the choir kids as well. At Rhodes, there was Kerry Lynn Rogerson, who worked at Adams as a lawyer. Mavundla Mhlambi, whose dad owns a law firm, but he also is a lawyer now and he's worked overseas. I bumped into him at Absa Capital when I did project work there. Networks. Then in business, bro, Lebu, Selebu Khomulefe, Dr. Lifesgood, who runs Share the Codes at the Johannesburg Business School, who used to run the hookup dinner, where they would literally bring entrepreneurs every month. They'd pitch, people from the floor would fund their businesses financially and in kind. I'd go to the Branson Center of Entrepreneurship in Braamfontein and I'd meet entrepreneurs there. Like the business world, the hustling world, we all bump into each other now at events, government events, tenders. Some of the people I know have gone on to build amazing hair salon businesses. They've gone on to do retail. They've gone on to be part of existing businesses. Abednego Tau, who was at UJ, became a chartered accountant. I think he's a case boy, if I'm not mistaken. He'd start Tamani Consulting. And he'd do consulting work for small businesses, getting funded for businesses via their BEE programs. He would start a tech company, Tutor Me, almost like an Uber for tutors. He would go and sit on the boards of companies. That's just Abed. And Abed used to host also once a month. Come to their offices, he'd feed you, he'd give you refreshments, and people would just come and tell their stories. Like, we sleep on the power of relationships. And I'm just saying, I attend these things, and you know, because I've been to so many, and because like my life is moving in whatever direction it's moving, it's like, sure. But I almost know and can guarantee that I will meet at least one person who is going to help me make 500 Rand, 5,000 Rand, 50,000 Rand. I'm going to meet at least one person. Whether they are sponsoring my podcasts, like your H2O water, whether they are coming as a podcast guest and they're going to pay me to be profiled on my platform, whether it's someone who wants me to link them to someone in my network, Talibani Banks at Analytics X, Spaza Eats, DJ Sbu, Morfire, Ekasi Noble Properties, Ray Chabesi, Bitcoin and Crypto, Sfiso Madondo, the episode dropped just yesterday on Convo, Jombela Construction, Rob Hersoff, maybe you want to link with the Lion Cage, which is their version of the Shark Tank and the Dragon's Den. You want investments in his network. Whoever it is, man, whether it's a politician, Herman Mashaba, maybe you want to get into politics. Maybe Gayton McKenzie, you want some assistance from the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. It really, like, anything you want, there are human beings around it. So, like, behind it. So that 400 Rand ticket, that 600 Rand for 2 ticket can literally change your life if you know what you're doing with it. If you don't know what you're doing with it, you waste money. Like, I'm tired of these talk shops. I go to these things and I take notes and I leave there with a diary and a lanyard and nothing changes. And it's like, it's because you don't know how to leverage what you have. Because I can tell you now, in that same room that you're going to be in, there are going to be people that are going to make the relationships that are going to make them millions of rands. Trust. Like, I bet on my life there are people that are going to meet there and make lots of money together because they went out of their comfort. They weren't just sitting in a little chair taking notes. They realized that I'm here to meet people. And I know what I'm here to offer. And I'm going to meet people saying, this is what I do. And some of the things you do, like the examples I just gave you, they don't have to be like business related. You might meet a fellow mom there and she's struggling because her child has got like a development disorder, is autistic, as an example. You're like, my child has got a development disorder. I found this amazing speech therapist, this amazing occupational therapist. This is my connect in the department. These are the schools I found. Forest Town in Saxonwold, which is, I think, funded by the Oppenheimers. There's Randio for kids with like special needs or educational development needs. High in the south of Joburg. And it's like, oh, we should share contacts. It's so nice to meet you. And you guys can just network and help each other around your families. And then you'll think about business. The WhatsApp groups that I've created over the years that have allowed people to connect, that have allowed people to get tech deals, computer maintenance, IT deals, that have been able to connect with each other to sign contracts, million rand contracts together, that have been able to, people that run non-profit organizations, that have been able to fundraise from the WhatsApp group, which is why at some point I realized there's so much money being made in these groups that I'm not profiting from, where I'd set up the money school and I'd be like, I need to put together gatherings. Like a church where people come through, they listen to Penuel the Black Pen and they're like, I'm going to meet someone who's going to change my life. And literally they network. The guys in Durban are doing great work. The guys in Pretoria are doing great work. The guys in Joburg are doing great work. I've got connects that help me now when I need to renew my license disc at the traffic department. One of my really good friends now, Eugene Ngomani, connected me to another mate of his who works at one of the testing stations in Joburg to help me change ownership of a vehicle. That stuff can save you time, money, etc. because you've created a relationship. You've created a relationship. So yeah, I wasn't even making this video for that. Saul Phenduka has been fired from Kaya FM. I'm not angry. Kind of expected it. I think they also kind of expected it. They were joking about it with MacG last week on Podcast and Chill. But man, fuck mainstream media for real. Many times I think we can collaborate with mainstream media, but look, no, let me take it back. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Not fuck mainstream media. Fuck losers. It just so happens that mainstream media seems to attract some people with like serious loser energy. MacG went and said something unfortunate about Minnie Dlamini. It was unfortunate. Nakona, he wasn't directly accusing her of anything. It was a maybe. He's been sued now for 2.5 million rand by Minnie Dlamini's legal team. That case is going to go. Whatever will come out of it will come out of it. I'm a big fan of MacGyver. I'm a big fan of Minnie Dlamini. I'm a big fan of Saul Phenduka. Saul Phenduka did not say that. He did not agree with that. But he's being punished by association. And Kaya FM's official communication is he's a influential part of the team there. What the fuck, bro? DJ Fresh would get fired from Suneri. I don't know if it was on 5FM or something. Dan Corder would make a video of how he was released, I think, from 5FM because of flimsy human beings. Now imagine DJ Fresh gets fired and then the people that he works with there get fired as well by association. What fucking bullshit. So I know for a fact that this is not legit. It's not a legit reason to fire Saul. Someone clearly either doesn't like him, doesn't like MacG, doesn't matter, but it stinks. It's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. And it's a pathetic look on everyone at KFM, at least the owners and the management, because it's like, we don't know who of you here is a tit, but all of you by association become tits because you guys must speak out and be like, look, you know, yes, we work at KFM, but hey, we don't really agree with the call, but you know, so we're like, oh, okay, so it's not you. It's not you, Sizwe Dlomo. It's not whoever. It's someone else. It's pathetic. DJ Spoo wanted to invite me on Radio 2000. Now that he's a host, a DJ there. And I got it on good authority, not from DJ Spoo himself. I need to say this wasn't from DJ Spoo. Someone at the SAPC was like, you know, I heard that DJ Spoo wanted to invite you, but apparently one of the seniors somewhere there was like, I don't really like that guy. He mustn't come. I don't need to go to Radio 2000. My relationship with DJ Spoo is dope. We're good. That's pathetic. Might be a female who maybe doesn't like me, thinks I'm misogynistic, but she's taking her personal issues where they could be increasing their listenership. Who knows what other relationships I can bring to them for advertising, but they let their pathetic little fucking inferior ego get in the way of like work. It's pathetic. I don't know if Saul Phenduka's got any right to take them to the CCMA. I don't know if you are signed as an employee or as an independent contractor. Even as an independent contractor, man, yes, there's probably like clauses there that at any given time we can cancel, but the reasoning is pathetic. And in my understanding, it doesn't fit the labor laws. I don't think there's a labor law out there that says if you work on a podcast on YouTube and one of your fellow podcasters says something about colored people or about women, and you happen to be sitting with them, you are allowed to be cancelled by association. That's fucking pathetic. So I feel sorry for Solomzi, man. And look, maybe he should take them to the CCMA. Maybe he should, I don't know, get some type of compensation for unfair dismissal. But yeah, he shouldn't go back to KFM. Fuck whoever's there. Dan Corder, where possible, shouldn't go back to like wherever they released him from. MacGyver as well. Fuck those people. I really think, you know, I've said this with politicians. I've said this when it comes to local government. I'll say this with brands. Whether it's Java being cancelled, whether someone is trying to cancel Kelly Kumalo, we need to name and shame. Institutions take hits. The ANC takes a hit. The DA takes a hit. KFM takes a hit. Podcast and Chill takes a hit. What? Name and shame. It's MacG that said that shit. It wasn't the ghost lady. It wasn't Soap. It was MacG. It was this person in the ANC who did that. It was Mkwanazi. It was Masemoli. It was Cyril Ramaphosa. In the brand, it wasn't the brand Coca-Cola. It wasn't L'Oreal. It wasn't Nivea. It was this lady there that said, no, we need to cut Nomza Mombata because she's not good for our brand. We don't like her. Name and shame these fucking pathetic assholes who are out there fucking ruining things for everyone. Because I can tell you now, it's not everyone at 5FM that got rid of DJ Fresh. It was one or two people. It was maybe the station manager. Tell us. Asenat in Tlabagani, Ntwana Saint Stithians, Lions, Prop, Springbok now. Just made his Springbok debut. Fucking phenomenal player, great gent. I've had the pleasure of meeting Asenati, man. What a lekker. Asenati now doesn't get picked by Orasi Erasmus to go to New Zealand to go and play against the All Blacks because they find an adverse finding in his blood. It is not a performance-enhancing substance. It is just something, but they fucking brand him as if he fucking took steroids. Reputational damage. Now they still not picking him, and Rassi's giving some flimsy explanation of no, he was going to be distracted. No, dog. When not Rassi yourself, maybe you should also be not picked at times when we feel like you're going to be distracted. Why did you not pick Asenati? Why are there not enough black players? Then maybe you should also excuse yourself to go and deal with those matters. It's pathetic. That's Rassi. But this is not about Rassi. I'm saying These doctors that give Apiwe Tyanyi, Chili Boy Ralepele, Bjorn Passon, whoever it is that give them these substances, whether they banned, whether they performance enhancing, whether the player knew or didn't know, why are they never named? Why do we not know the doctor that gave us Senati the things that he took? Why not? Why is it just the player, dog? Stuff is fucking annoying. So, man, sorry to Sol Phenduka. I haven't watched the episode, but I saw that MacGN Podcast and Chill have sat with some of the influencers that were involved in the Alabuga, I think it's Alabuga case, the so-called company that was recruiting people in Russia. I'm not going to comment on it. I haven't watched the episode, but I also haven't read up on the story. I know Cyan Bougie did some fucking pathetic video trying to distance herself. Really pathetic. Some of the other influencers as well. Really sad that TikTok has canceled some of their platforms. I think that's wrong. And I know TikTok many times has removed some of our videos unfairly. It's one of the things I criticize TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I really think if they were genuine, I know they're not. I know it's fucking agendas and propagandas and algorithms and bullshit. But if they were really genuine about getting people to behave on the platform, they would post. Penwell said this. This amounts to hate speech. We will be suspending his page for a week, 2 weeks, a month, even your YouTubes, so that everyone can see, oh, I can't say that. I can't say that. We now know. Or they will be like, no, but this is not what your policy says. That is not hate speech. So no Facebook, no Instagram, no Twitter, no TikTok, no YouTube, no LinkedIn. You guys are wrong, and they can appeal on the person's behalf. And then those policies can either be changed, amended, etc. That person can be brought back. But these platforms are very sneaky in that they don't do that. They don't warn people. You just find yourself being banned and suspended and your account being deleted. Like my account on LinkedIn, I still can't access it, and I can't find anyone who can assist because of agendas. I tried to upload Dr. Umar. He gave a speech at the Sanson Convention Center. I was there. I hosted the Q&A with him, Joshua Maponga, and some of the other speakers. As soon as I uploaded it on YouTube, YouTube flagged it. Like, this video is, we can't. I'm like, oh, so I can't upload Dr. Umar, but I see him being uploaded everywhere else in America. The interview that I did with Dr. Umar on Convo was taken down by YouTube for some flimsy piece there that they will not publish. No, it's violated our policies. And you're like, oh, okay. Okay. I'm being persecuted backdoor, but everyone can't see what I'm being persecuted for. That's sneaky, dog. That's wrong, dog. But YouTube is not my mom's house. TikTok is not my father's business. Meta does not belong to my brother. X doesn't belong to my sister. So fuck. I guess we become dependent because these platforms are incredibly powerful. But name and shame. Name and fucking shame. And yeah, man, this Alabuga issue, we'll see how it goes. I think it's wrong what they did. Very important lesson for influencers, myself included. Do a little bit of vetting. Yes, we're not like the SAPS. Yes, we don't have these research laboratories and we don't have the time and the teams to, we don't. But where possible, man, add the disclaimers and let people know that, look, you know, I think part of my issue with the influencer industry is how these brands expect you to peddle a product as if you like made it, as if it's yours, as if you use it. And most people don't. And outside of influencers, advertising and marketing needs to take accountability. You guys are going to ask an influencer to market a product. Stop making them lie. This lady did not use this product and it didn't get rid of her pimples. You're lying. So yes, we're going to bash the lady, but it's you. It's you, the brand. It's you, the advertising agency that lied. Let the influencer come through and be like, you know, according to this brand, this product, a lot of their clients have seen their pimples go away. According to this company, they have been able to. So that it's not me, it's what they told me to say. I'm being paid as a face as a trusted person to say, apparently these guys who have spoken to me, they've maybe shown me some of their research on paper, which doesn't really mean anything, but I got to read it. I saw some of the testimonials. I've spoken to 3 of the kids that have used this thing, and they said we're doing well. So I'm basing it on them. So when you come at me, understand that I did that. And when I read the script, I was reading and I had a disclaimer. Now, and I'm like, oh, guys, this has changed my life. I'm lying. I'm lying. But now the people that wrote the script is the agency or the brand. They lied. Pen, can you just say, now you guys want me to lie? Because advertising has gotten so comfortable over the years with just lying to people. Oh, when I smoke my cigarette, my energy. Oh, dog. No, dog. Be like, I smoke cigarettes and I get a hit from the nicotine. And, it's like a drug. Be honest. What is it in the energy drink that boosts? Like, be honest. The world has changed, man. You can still sell your product. People know that cigarettes cause lung cancer. People know that if you get drunk, it blurs your vision. It slurs your speech. Don't drink and drive. People know that. People must know that if you're drinking alcohol, it's bad for your chances to fall pregnant. It leads to impotence. Don't let people lie. At the end of a long, hot day, my calling black label is not an energy drink. Calling black label is not fucking creatine that after you've worked hard, if you drink it, it replenishes. No, it's alcohol. But yes, it's got wheat, which will maybe help you gain weight. Honest. So someone needs to be held to account. And yes, the influencers, they're the low-hanging fruit that you crucify. But we also need to hold to account whoever recruited them. Name and shame. Who are they? Abosi and Bougie, and they must tell us. Who are they? There's a lady, Ukaraba, I think she was in Big Brother, if I'm not mistaken, but she wanted us to sit on a platform to discuss her. She's one of the influencers that was hard done. I'm not sure if we're still going to sit down. If we do, you'll get to sit down. If not, then unfortunately you won't. But she reached out to me. You want to have the chat and speak about this thing so that we can all learn. A lot of these people, Abosima, like they're young kids. I don't really know what they're doing. When I go to a certain school and I join their sports program, or I don't know that the principal is stealing money, or that the governing body has got a predator somewhere, or that the school was built off the backs of exploiting black people and they took those profits and now I don't know that. I'm just like, bro, I love the badge and it's a prestigious school. Now someone's coming to crucify me. So we have to teach each other and we have to hold people to account. And a lot of these platforms don't get held to account. So TikTok will take the influencers off, but no one is punishing TikTok as a platform because they didn't vet. When they put certain products there, no one really punishes them. So the double standards are loud. They're loud. TikTok, any platform. TikTok South Africa. There's TikTok South Africa, by the way. Those people are meant to be like, no, we need to protect our influencers because these people bring a lot of eyeballs and ears to the platform so that we can sell ads on TikTok and make money. 2.8 million followers, 3 million followers, 1.2 million followers. That's a fuckload of human beings. Let's call them in. Guys, you were wrong. We're going to suspend your accounts to punish you so that you can do better. But at TikTok South Africa, we're going to do a campaign. We're going to educate all these upcoming kids. We're going to make sure that it's a teachable moment. We're going to ask you guys to come in for free as community service, to come in and to educate people. And we'll teach you, we'll give you the tools on how to vet brands and opportunities moving forward. And then after that, we will release your accounts again, or maybe we'll do campaigns on your pages. Guys, I made a mistake. I promoted something that was wrong. Let's please learn. Removing the whole page, what the fuck does it do? What does it do? But again, there are idiots running some of these platforms. No one names and shames them. There's no teachable moments. Like, no one actually fucking cares. No one wants to rehabilitate and teach. When the next kid who didn't learn anything from this makes the same mistake, they also get cancelled. People can't eat. People can't feed their families. No one gives a fuck. And we move on. It's fucking garbage. It's garbage. I'm not going to speak about Ufani Masemola. I think that story is still going to come. The acting minister of police has got issues. Still Ramaphosa has got issues. It almost feels like a pala again, where Ramaphosa, the acting police minister, are trying to protect certain people that are implicated. I think that's what it is. We already know. We're not shocked. We know. Ramaphosa was implicated in the State Capture Commission. Nothing happened. Mkwanazi speaks about how there's people that at the highest levels of the judiciary, the highest politicians are complicit. They're involved. We know nothing happens. Our citizens, unfortunately, have become very weak. Yeah. Let me close off with this. One, I wrote a tweet. South Africa needs a name. If we're going to remain a country, even though, yes, we're a company for the Brits and for the Americans, we're just a glorified company. If we're going to have a name, if we're going to remain, rather, South Africa, and we don't redefine the borders, we need a name. The name I propose is Gwantu. I know Azania has been one of the names. Some people don't really like it, then it's okay. It's slightly controversial. If not Azania, Gwantu. Gwantu. Now, as a Nguni speaking person, Ntu's place. If you are of the Sotho speaking, the Xitsonga, you can add your own prefix. Ntu's place. Untu is the essence of humanity. It is the lifeblood of who we are as Africans. Gwantu is the place of Ntu. The people of that place are called Bantu. The Bantu people, Bantu. The individual singular is Muntu, a person of the Ntu place. So instead of being a South African, you will be a Muntu. As South Africans, we will be the Bantu people. The belief system is Ubuntu. Ubuntu, humanity. I am because you are. Ubuntu becomes our belief system as a nation of Ntu. And then Isintu is your lifestyle. So the belief system is humanity, Ubuntu. The everyday, this is how we practice medicine. This is how we practice economics. This is how we practice politics. This is how we practice the law. That is called Isintu. And we get to define it. Not the British, not the Americans, not the United Nations, not BRICS, us, the people of Ntu, in Gwantu, the Bantu people that believe in Ubuntu, that every day live Isintu. I really think it would be such a dope name. It's a core of who we are. Yeah, but what about white people? The white people who embrace that they are from Ntu, that embrace that they believe in Ubuntu, that practice Isintu, will also be people of Ntu. They will be the light-skinned people. Yes, they came from Europe. Yes, they came from wherever, but they are now Ntu people. They embrace. I think that will be so dope. It's already there. It's low-hanging fruit. Gwantu, Kwantu, the people of Ntu. I think will be so dope. That's my name suggestion. The second thing I want to say is I do not support Cape Independence at all. I do not support Cape Independence for many reasons. One of them is I think Cape Independence is a very sneaky, malicious, snaky effort by elite, rich white people in the Cape to isolate themselves away from the rest of South Africa. Of course, they want to be run by the DA, but they want to set policies which are not in the spirit of fixing the injustices of the past, which are about preserving white privilege and white wealth at the expense of the black and colored peoples in the Western Cape. They want a mini Europe, a mini Israel, as it were, in the Cape, in the Western Cape in particular. So fuck an independent Cape from me. With that being said, black people that do not support Cape independence need to do some introspection. Black people didn't choose for the British colonialists to create a union of South Africa. The colonial borders we have now around Lesotho that keep out Eswatini, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Botswana, those were created by European colonialists, not by Africans. When you support those borders that were not created by you, why would you have an issue with something similar happening in the Cape? It's not chosen by you. It's chosen by other people, number one. Number two, if the black and colored people of the Western Cape want an independent Cape, who are we to say no? That becomes their right to define their territory. And if it means that they're like, no, we want to isolate the Western Cape because we think we have richer, better whites, we have better job opportunities, we'll have a better economy, there'll be lower crime, whatever the case may be. Why are they not allowed as black and colored people to want that? Because black South Africans have the exact same mentality when it comes to South Africa. You can argue with me all you want, but the reality is the average black person believes they are better blacks than the rest of Africans. Black South Africans look down on Africans from Nigeria, the DRC, Niger, Senegal, Angola, Tanzania. We think we are better Africans because the white people we have here have built a better economy, we have better infrastructure, and we literally believe we are better blacks. That's why we don't want the Zimbabweans here. Abahambe. They dirty. Oh, look at what they do there. They peddle drugs. It's literally that type of psychology where you think you're better black. So why can't the black and colored people in the Cape say, we want that for ourselves? We want that. There are black people that do that every single day when they choose a school for their kids, when they choose a neighborhood for their families, when they choose to live in a certain gated, control access controlled estate, complex. They are saying, no, this is not the Kasi, this is not the township. My kids don't go to this broken down dysfunctional school. They look down and they stick their nose up to other blacks. So if you put the white people aside, if black and colored people in the Cape, let's include the Northern Cape and a part of the Eastern Cape, want their own sovereign nation, why do you have an issue? You live in Joburg, you live in KwaZulu. Cape. It's what they want. If you live in the Cape, if you live in the Northwest, trust. That's Zululand. If you live in the Eastern Cape, Royal Bafokeng land has got nothing to do with you. They are using their own sovereignty, their own thoughts, their own ideas, their what's this thing? Not black consciousness. Not black consciousness, not knowledge of self. There's a term I'm looking for, man. I've forgotten the term. But it's got to do with doing for self, and we're deciding for ourselves. Who are you to tell them no? Who are you? So I explained why I don't like Cape independence. For me, my opinion. But if the white people in the Cape, if the foreigners, white, black, otherwise in the Cape, if Amaxhosa in the Western Cape, if the coloreds in the Western Cape want an independent Cape, self-determination, that's the term I was looking for. Self-determination. Who are we to tell them no? We will force you to be a part of South Africa. We don't fucking want to be a part of South Africa. We don't want. Who are we? Uzwelithini, the king of the Zulus before he passed on, spoke about the idea of creating a sovereign state in KwaZulu. There's a sovereign state in Eswatini under King Mswati. There's a sovereign state in Lesotho which came under King Mshweshwe. Who are we to say no? If the people of Musina want to remove the border between Musina and Zimbabwe, or want to alter the border, who are we? There would be people fighting in places like Kokstad. I think it was Kokstad. Kokstad was a part of the Eastern Cape. They fought and they made it a part of KwaZulu-Natal. They wanted to fall under KZN. They felt that the local government would do a better job. I think something similar would happen here in Gauteng somewhere. Who are we? The people of that land, the people of Emaxhoseni, the people of KwaZulu, the people of Abesutu, the Batonga people, the Bavenda people, they have a right to self-determine. We should not bully them and say, no, your province will be here. You can't build borders around Limpopo. We want to build borders around Limpopo. We are deciding. No, you can't. According to who? No, we are one South Africa. You are one South Africa because the British dictated that. You didn't vote for it. You didn't vote for parliament to be conducted in English. That was forced onto you. We are now making our own decision. So Cape Independence is an idea. KwaZulu as an independent state is an idea. The Basotho people of Lesotho wanting to reclaim the Free State, maybe the Vaal region. Really? Russia and Ukraine are fighting. Israel and Palestine are fighting. America's always involved somewhere. Fucking sneaky bastards. The world, the way it has been demarcated, the countries, the nation states, the flags, the anthems, these were created by human beings who pushed. Nothing should stop you from saying we want to push. We want half of Mpumalanga to fall under KwaZulu because there are Zulu people living in Mpumalanga. So we'd like them to fall under KwaZulu. The Swati people can say we'd like a piece of Mpumalanga to be a Swatini because there are Swati people here. The Ndebelers can say, no, we'd like our own Ndebele land. We want it. We want Matabele land to be ours, a part of Zimbabwe. That's all our land there. We're not going to be told by the United Nations. We're not going to be told by borders. We're not going to be told by a South African government that is funded by the Oppenheimers and others who serve capital interests that they were voted for, but most voters didn't even vote. We are going to determine for ourselves. Like, what's this thing called? Settlement. Informal settlements, illegal settlements. We will do that. We will occupy because we're not happy. We're not going to be dictated to by Malema or Ramaphosa or Mashaba or Steenhuisen. We will decide for ourselves. The taxi industry does that. They dictate. Sometimes with the oppression of our people, which is very upsetting. But we must engage them and we must fight back. These drug cartels, we must fight them. We must engage. The gangs and the drugs, we must go to the Cape Flats and speak to the boss and be like, what's going on, Bafwethu? Talk to us. We need to introspect. A big part of the colonial project and where it really destroyed us was in our loss of identity. And as we lost our identity, we lost our dignity. We lost our ability to think for ourselves, to decide for ourselves. We wait for Grok or Meta AI or ChatGPT or DeepSeek or Google, Gemini to tell us what is right and what's wrong. We wait for politicians, ministers to tell us. We wait for the United Nations, for some flimsy Roman Dutch law. No. We have a right to self-determine. The Black Panthers in America knew this. Marcus Garvey knew this. Steve Biko and Black Consciousness knew this. The Afrikaners in Orania and at AfriForum know this. The Israelis know this. The Palestinians know this. Russia knows this. China knows this. You have a right to self-determine. You can define who you are yourself. You can be like, this is who we are. We are gay, we are lesbian, we are transgender, we are deciding. You don't have to like us or agree with us, but we are deciding for ourselves. You will not tell us who we are. We will tell ourselves. We don't want to be black people. We want to be brown people. We don't want to be brown people. We want to be Ntu people. We are the people of Ntu. We must change our national anthem. We're tired of these fucking colonial anthems that sound like they were devised in Britain, in England. Why? No. We want an anthem with drums. We want an anthem with dancing. We want to dance. When our anthem starts, Tina, we start by nyagaza baba. Siyacula like igwijo. When our anthem starts, someone sings, Wena wemfana, wena wemfana. That's who we are. We will not be told that this is what a national anthem looks like. We will not be told that this is how a flag must look. Why must it be rectangular and fit these types? Who said that? We want a leopard skin, lion skin flag with tusks from an elephant. And this is ours, and we wear it proudly. That's self-determination. And unfortunately, because people's minds were colonized, they abide. When people like myself, because I've got a broken mind, I color outside of the lines. When we come with our alternative thoughts, we're seen as crazy. Why change something that works? Because it speaks to the soul and the essence of who we are. This is not us. We want to sing. We want to dance. Why must we shh, quiet? Why? We are not a quiet people. We're loud people. We're an expressive people. We are dancing. We are touching people. We want to hold and touch. When we speak medicine, we speak cure. We want to eradicate what you have. We don't want to manage symptoms. No. When we speak music, this is our music. The music must flow. When we work in retail, we want to dance in the shops. That's what we want. It's who we are. Every family must have a drum. Every family must have isagila. Every family must have animal skin. Every family must touch each other. They must walk barefoot. There must be days when we're just walking barefoot because this is who we are. Even when Europeans come here, like when you visit Hawaii and they give you their flowers and they dance and the Honolulus, who are we? When you come through here, we paint your face. We make you eat what we eat. We touch hands. We're celebrating spring. Happy Spring Day to all of you that believe in that. My mom celebrates New Year on the 1st of September. And she says for her, it's her birthday. It's her rebirth. 23, 24 of September is our official New Year, according to, as people in the Southern Hemisphere, in Southern Africa, we should have a huge, huge celebration. DJ Sbu and I would sit with Umkhweza of the great empire of Kemet, and we'd speak about an African New Year, which is celebrated in Ethiopia. We'd speak about, we're meant to be celebrating 23, 24 September, what we call Heritage Day in South Africa, which used to be Shaga's Day. African Halloween, as I call it, where you dress up as your favorite African tribe. That should be our New Year, and it should be huge. And we should braai, because that's what we do. Spit braai, skottel braai. We have our cook sisters. We have our popoti. Siyahlinza. Landi inkomo, landi imbuzi. Shunqisa impepho, khala igubhu. Makumele sibe ngunu. Get dressed and be naked. Swim in the waters of Africa. Play with the soil. And we feast. That should be bigger than Christmas. Because Christmas is not our celebration. Christmas is the birth of Jesus Christ, whatever, Christian. And it's also this Saint Nicholas, which is European, and it's paganism, the celebration of nature. It's the middle of summer. It's not a rebirth of our rebirth is now, 23, 24 September, where you celebrate that we are the people of Ntu that have moved around Africa. When we look at Inzalo Yelanga, Adam's calendar, we look at the cradle of humankind. Oh, man. Imagine. And people from around the world are like say, all roads lead to South Africa. 23, 24 September is when they celebrate their New Year, and it's a fucking jump. Amapiano. There's going to be people acting. There's going to be feasting. You're going to be seeing fashion you've never seen in your life. People are going to be wearing animal skins. People are going to be eating indigenous foods. Biltong, dry horse. Oh, mambas of pega. Hey, oh, Jesus. And you're just like, I'm alive. Everyone revisits their clan names. Itagaze. Shawi homecoming. People go home to go and learn about their family history. And they learn about South African history. And even though I'm not a fan of alcohol, and it's beautiful. You speak your indigenous language around that time. Thina sazalelwa empopomeni, thina basekuvukeni, thina baseNewcastle emadadeni osizweni. Omlotsho, ozitho, ontumbeza, ondima, ontanzi. Come on, boy. You're like, And it's nice. Because you're like, what are we celebrating? We're celebrating nature. Our nature in the southern hemisphere, and specifically in the southern part of Africa, in this nation of Ntu, we are celebrating spring. We have just woken up from a slumber of winter, and we are now seeing the plants. Nature is saying, yeah, it's time to wake up. We're celebrating that. And we're celebrating who we are and the changes. And we're celebrating mixed race children. The children that are the descendants of black people and white people and the Malaysians and the Filipinos and the Indians and the mixed race and coloreds. And we celebrate the colored community. And we're like, hey, you guys represent all of us. You are the real rainbow in this country. And we celebrate, and it's beautiful. And the Ministry of Arts and Culture has got a huge budget for everyone to have a good time. Shout out to Maporisa and Ukabza. They hosted at Loftus Versfeld, I think the biggest Amapiano concert. I've got issues. I know Gates and Mackenzie was celebrating them and others. Shout out to Maporisa. Shout out to Ukabza. This is something that we want, a celebration of our music. It's beautiful. Amapiano, do the same for Maskandi, do the same for gospel. Make the ground shake. Make the tickets affordable. Give free tickets for people. Make it a jump. But the money and where it came from the NYDA, very suspect. Money that should be going to small artists that need a come up. Very problematic. The type of people that get funded and where it goes, and the fact that you're giving money to the same multimillionaires, the guys have become very successful. They must be funded. But we must see that it filters down to the communities where it's meant to serve. And it mustn't be concentrated like a tender, because it's like a tender. Now it's been concentrated with people who are already rich, who are politically affiliated, as much as we're celebrating. We need to see that this thing has a ripple effect to everyone else. Otherwise, then there's no point. For example, have a Mapiano around the country and spend the money there. Teach kids how to DJ, go to schools. Tell kids, if you're not going to be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, you can be an Amapiano artist. These are the various institutes. And Abo Kabza, Abo Maporisa, Abo Black Coffee, Abo Shimza, Abo Euphonic are going to help you guys travel the world. They're going to plug you. Just like our rugby players go abroad, our football players, these guys are going to plug you. This is a career. Show the impact. Don't just loot money, because we know people loot. Don't just loot money and fucking gaslight us again. It's bullshit. So yeah, I think I'm done. What else do I have to say to you guys? Buy my books, always. Buy my books. My books are dope. Buy my t-shirts. If you want a t-shirt, Penalism, with my stunning, handsome face there, as you can see. The most handsome man in South Africa, in the world. My books. You know my books, of course. There's a lot of them. This one is one of my best sellers. The Rise and Fall of the NSC, how I made and lost my millions. It's a business book. This was also inspired by Robert Kiyosaki, by the way, that I'm going to be seeing in Durban later on in the month. It's my second book that I wrote, bits and pieces of Inkunzi. My firstborn son is Unkunzi. Fictional work that I wrote. What else do I have for you guys here? Hey, Vulawana. Ibambe. Uktandilanga, Loving the Sun, my first official book. All my books are self-published. Hey, I've been an indie guy forever. I struggle with institutions because institutions are not flexible to accommodate people like myself. But I do collaborate. Collaborated with a lot of mainstream people. My bestseller, Penalism Principles. My Bible. A book on how to live like me. And obviously I need to raise my voice for some of the things I believe in. These ones are bunched. Passive income. Sorry, it's probably got like a reflection. Passive income. What else do I have here? Another business book. Fuck Fear. Sorry for the reflection. If it's reflecting. Dango. Depends. What else? I've got Uno Matemba in the Darkness. Where is it? Uno Matemba. Wema. Uno Matemba. And the darkness. Shout out to Putwamumbuso Kosa that I settled recently. Well, besides that, he's moved to Joburg. He's going to be hosting an event at the Constitutional Hill. I'm going to find out from him. He must pay me to advertise. But I want to be there. Africa. Mbuso Kosa, man, represents what we're meant to be celebrating. So yeah, I'm definitely going to market him. He must give me free tickets and he must pay me to get people to buy tickets. And we must travel around the world. Number 10 by the Darkness, one of my other books as well. But Umbuso Khoza is going to be hosting, and he's just released a song and a music video. I think Don Tandega King is in the video. Lady Smith Black Mambazo, The Legacy, they feature in the song. I think Uputi Umakatini. Is it Umakatini? If I'm messing up Igama, he's playing the piano. So shout out to Umbuso Khoza. Shout out to one of my close brothers, Umbuso Ndlovu. Umbuso Ndlovu is a composer, my favorite indigenous composer in South Africa. He's worked with the University of Johannesburg Choir. He's worked with the University of Pretoria Choir, the Tux Camerata. He's got his own choir as well. They have voices of Songoma. I've been asking him for the last 2 years to give me like pricing. So he's now got a fee to be booked, and they are phenomenal. My word. Your wedding, your funeral, your Thanksgiving at home, if you're just having a homecoming, you guys are having a home gathering, if you're hosting an event, corporate events, you can price. These guys are, again, in September month, our month in Southern Africa, Gwandu, of celebrating. These are the guys, man, that really, really inspire me. So yeah, man, support me. Super thanks if you can afford to sponsor my channel. If you can afford to be a paying member to my channel, I'd appreciate that very much. What else am I forgetting? Oh, shout out to the guys at H2O Water, my water sponsor. If you need water, hit me up. I'll get you water. I'll get it delivered. If you need a water cooler, I'll hit you up. There's a company that I'm going to be working with now. This is just their pamphlet that I need to read through, called Leverage. And one of the things I found out about them is if you owe SARS money, let me read, it starts over here. Do you owe SARS money, or could they possibly owe you? Is tax non-compliance affecting your ability to do business or win your business? Do you know where to start your business submission, how to engage with SARS, and what to do next? Leverage, solving tax compliance. So when I spoke to the guys who run this company, they say they can lower your tax liability. If you owe SARS R1 million, 500,000, legally, this is not dodgy things. Legally, they can lower your tax liability. They can help you get tax refunds. So I'm probably going to be working with them to speak about tax. Tax is one of the things we really need to speak about more. And I mean, on my platforms, I'm all about education. Tomorrow, let me get this pamphlet. Sorry, I'm working from my desk here, but like I said, this is a dear diary. Shout out to Swazi N. Swazi N sent me this book. I'm still going to read it. Unmasking Debt, A Journey from Chaos to Purpose. The foreword is by a varsity mate, a close mate of mine, someone I sang in the choir with at Rhodes, Dominic Gaubebe. Dominic actually went to the same school as Vusi Temegwayo, Benoni High. Shout out to Benoni High. I'm grabbing a lot of weird things now here. Katu, Maestro. I said to Katu on Legacy Collective podcast. You can go and check that out. With the Sisu Kanyesa. But the Legacy Collective podcast, we said there recently. Kati Maestro, Healing Out Loud. Breaking the culture of silence, healing generational trauma. Hashtag let's have the conversation. This book is also a gift that I received. Thank you so much, that I'm still going to read. Hey, I'm almost done with this book, even though I haven't met Peter. What a book, man. The ANC Billionaires, one of the best sellers in South Africa. How a few black people in this country became billionaires while the rest of us became poor. And then Ramaphosa says we must ask ourselves, how is it that we have poverty and others are rich? Yeah. Gaslighting. Next book I want to read is this, Stellenbosch Mafia. You can see Oom Johan there, Rupert, Christy Wiese, Marcus Jooste, rest in peace, took his life, Steinhoff, and then Yanni Mouton, who just recently has committed his family trust to spend 7.2 billion rand buying Curo and turning it into a non-profit organization. He was one of the first big investors in Curo. Curo was founded by Dr. Chris van Sale, van der Merwe. I apologize. That founded Curo. Very dope story. That's all I have to tell you. Gusasa tomorrow, on the morrow. what's this? ESD, showcasing the best of South Africa's small business development. Johannesburg Business School. This is the UJ Business School, by the way. Johannesburg Business School. Man, I want to thank the guys for calling me in. I had a nice meeting with them, and I'm honored. I'm really honored to have been chosen to become one of the adjudicators. We're basically reviewing their entrepreneurs who have gone through their course. We're going to be giving them a bit of mentorship, giving them a speech, and then tomorrow they've got their awards, the Raymond Ackerman Awards with the UJ Business School, the Johannesburg Business School. And they're going to be getting awards there. It's work that I have such a deep, deep passion for. You guys know I love rugby. I love parenting and family. I love traveling. I love entrepreneurs. I love entrepreneurship. The innovators, the game changers. Man, like if I could split myself into pieces, one piece would like live a full rugby life. Another piece would go around to speaking to parents. Another piece would be fully invested in entrepreneurship, making entrepreneurship an extramural at schools, making sure that entrepreneurs have funding and education and apprenticeship and mentorship and access to market and all the good things. But yeah, man, shout out to UJ, shout out to the guys there, shout out to Ian McCloy, who's running that department at UJ. I'm going to be adjudicating. I'm going to be at the Johannesburg Business School tomorrow at their awards as a judge. Oh, Judge Penzo. Yo, look, I wasn't really happy with what you were doing, but I'm really inspired. That's going to be me, boy. Putting on my best English to try and inspire and criticize constructively the entrepreneurs that are going to be there. So I'm quite excited by that. I'm hoping I can build a deep relationship with the Johannesburg Business School. It's also where Share the Codes hosts their events. I'd like to work with, at some point, maybe the Gordon Business School. I think it works with the University of Pretoria. The UCT Business School, also doing a lot of work. We need as many of these incubators as possible. Alan Ray's Corp. Petidis, he does Oric as well as an incubator. We need to incubate as many kids as possible. This is like from primary school. If I can help build entrepreneurs, you've got the hustlers, our DJs, Bapusha, etc. If we can get more hustlers, boy, this country will, because hustlers, you put them in rugby, you put them in music, you put them in education, you put them in retail, you put them anywhere and they ignite. They ignite the world. So yeah, this video is much longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like 30 minutes. I'm so sorry. But yeah, man, I'm going to be at the Johannesburg Business School tomorrow. And yeah, these are some of the things that I'm doing. I'm going to try and do more of these Dear Diaries. I'm going to try and make it not as formal. I think maybe that's just, maybe who I am. Not as formal, relaxed. I've got black t-shirts. If you'd like plain black t-shirts, shout out to Garments. Garments supplies plain t-shirts around the country. Garments also sells new clothing and rejects. So for entrepreneurs out there, just hit me up, man. Drop me a DM. Let me connect you. Let me help you make money. And then, yeah, man, shout out to Success Resources. They also reached out to me. I'm marketing their events 13, 14 September in Johannesburg, the focus rooms near Sandton, under Letabong, near the Marlborough Gautrain station. I will be there. I'll be advertising. So please look out for my social media platforms. I will be in Durban on the 20th and 21st of September. Robert Kiyosaki will definitely be in Durban. I don't think he's going to be in Joburg, but there's going to be other speakers there as well. And let's connect. Let's meet each other. Let's see how we can make money together. Let's see how you can give me money. In Joburg, I'll see if I can make time to have consults while I'm there. In Durban, I'm also going to do the same. And it's something that I'm definitely going to be doing in future. Traveling to different cities, booking a room somewhere, and then just doing consultations where we speak about business, we speak about family, we speak about your personal life coaching. There are people that are dealing with personal matters, and anything else that can make your life better. This is my way of giving back, and it's also my way of taking, especially the people that contribute to my channel, the paying members, the super thanks. I take your money and we try and make an impact. We had Uputi Ayanda Mzolo in Jabulani in Soweto. They were celebrating 1 year of doing charity work for children. They had their event on the 31st of August. Egu Kanyeni Children's Foundation is the charity that they do. I posted on Twitter and Facebook. Donated 1,000 rand to them. Donated 2,000 rand to Uputi. What's Uputi's name, man? I forget his name. I know it starts with an S, but his foundation is called Masbuyele Foundation in Osizweni Township in Newcastle. Newcastle is my hometown. They also run soup kitchens every Sunday for the kids there. He runs educational workshops as well. Donated some money. Thanks to you guys and your donations to them as well. And I'm going to be doing more of these projects until I find the project that I'm going to invest my everything in that'll make the biggest contribution. I know it's got something to do with education. I know it's got something to do with entrepreneurship. I know it's got something to do with apprenticeship. Hopefully it'll have something to do with rugby as well. The things that I'm really, really passionate about. The Black Pen, man, thank you for tuning into my diary session. Catch up with you guys soon. I love you and I appreciate you. Keep your head up. The world is going to change. We're going to be the ones to change it. Cheers.